The question was, when answering skills assessment questions, they said that they were unsure whether to answer yes or no in certain situations. The concern was kind of being overwhelmed with wanting to get it right and worrying of what would happen if they answer it incorrectly. And saying things like, well, you know, sometimes my child can do this skill, you know, maybe they do it with me, but they don't do it with my husband, or they do it at home, but they don't do it at school, so I don't know if I should answer yes or no to this question.
Right.
Okay? So my advice on how to answer assessment questions in the skills program is to realize first off that every child's goals are going to be different.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have, obviously it's a continuum, and with some certain children, when you're working on a particular skill, you're going to have a really high expectation for it, and with maybe another child, the expectation will be slightly different. So the way you would answer the question would probably vary depending on that. But the main question to ask yourself is it good enough to the point where I'm satisfied with it as it is and I don't need to work on this ever again?
Okay.
Okay? Because if your child needs to work on that skill, or you feel that you're going to want to have access to the lessons that are associated with that question in order to continue to advance the skill further, then you have to answer no to the question.
Okay.
Answering no actually gives you access to any of the related lessons.
Okay.
Answering yes assumes, okay, this child will never need this lesson, so you're not going to get it in your lesson library of things you can pick from.
So for instance, if the question is, can your child, does your child identify colors and say colors on a regular basis, primary colors? Let's just stick with primary colors.
Okay.
Does your child identify and label primary colors? And you're thinking to yourself, well, my child knows blue, but they don't know yellow. So you're kind of mixed. You know, I don't know whether to answer yes or no to this, but you realize that if I say yes, that you're not going to get the lessons that have yellow.
That's right.
And you think to yourself, well, yes, there is a part of this that my child can do, so I feel guilty saying no, but the truth is there's still stuff within this question that I want to work on.
Work on it.
That's when you say no.
Exactly.
And you'll have the opportunity later on to not work on blue, but you will get the opportunity to work on yellow.
That's right. And then the other thing is that when you're answering the questions, we built in this kind of thing to make it more flexible because we knew people get stressed out about how they answer them. So we figured like there should be some sort of like second chance for them if they make a mistake or something. So we always tell people to err on the side of answering no if you're going to answer incorrectly, because when you answer no, what it does is it gives you access to the lessons associated with those questions. So in step 3, where you have a library of activities to choose from, you might see a skill there and read it and realize right away that your child actually has that skill, and you're thinking, oh, I actually didn't need this. Well, there's a button there that you can click for that skill that says it's known.
Right.
And when you mark it as known, it actually goes back to the assessment and changes any of the associated assessment questions answers from no to yes, so that your child does get credit for that. Because I know that's a whole thing too. People are like, I really want my child to get credit or look good on paper or whatever. They will get credit. So if there's a mistake to be had, you're better off answering no.
So when in doubt, say no, because it gives you access to important lessons that will help you.
And you can always change your mind.
Change it later on if your child progresses to that point.
That's right.
Great, great skill. And it really comes down to, and that was really helpful advice to me when you said that, when in doubt, no, because I have taken the assessment for my child, and there are those things where you go, and if you're starting to feel that way, hit no.
And it's frustrating when you're looking at these questions and you're like, eyes are starting to cross and you're thinking like, I just want to make sure I answer it right, you know, especially if you're a perfectionist. So.
Right, and you want to do justice to your child and where your child is at, but the best way you can do that is if you're at all conflicted, check no. If it's a thing where you completely don't know, it's a skill and you have no idea whether your child can do it.
Try it out on your child.
You try it out.
Yeah.
Okay, fabulous.